sit back and relax as we listen to one of the many special voices from our community. On this episode of This Place, Our Voices, with your host, Elyssa.
In this episode, we join Mark Watson, a dedicated instructor and the heart of this multi-style martial arts academy, who's here to share how ancient martial arts transforms lives, building strength, resilience and a sense of connection for people of all ages. Hi Mark, nice to meet you.
Hi, pleasure to meet you too.
So what inspired you to start practicing martial arts?
I think what it was when I was in my late teens, I was fed up with being bullied, to be fair, and I was getting a bit hot-headed because I didn't know how to retaliate. And then I stepped into a karate dojo for the first time when I was 18. And I did a bit of Wadaroo karate for a bit. And then I did a bit of freestyle karate. And then I had a sabbatical for a few years. Yeah. Got my career up and running because I was doing something else at the time. I was working on the railway where I was just going into privatisation. And then I rekindled my love again because somebody introduced me to it again. And I saw a martial art, which is kempo jiu-jitsu. I just fell in love with it all over again. And I thought, this is for me. How
long have you been training then? What led you to become an instructor?
All in all, it's about 40 years I've been involved in the martial arts, but without a sabbatical, probably about 34 years.
Wow.
I think what it was is because when your instructor has a bit of faith in you and he starts asking you to run clubs for them because you think you've got some kind of panache and some kind of integrity to actually teach people. Yeah. So I started teaching a little bit for him and then I got to second hand. And then I was running different clubs for him now and again. And then I started teaching again at another club. And then that was it. I just fell in love with it. I just like the feeling of progression for children. Yeah. You know, seeing people do really, really well in their achievements because they try so hard. Because everybody knows that you can be downtrodden quite easy. If you see somebody progressing and you're behind them 100%, that makes a world of difference.
Are there any memorable moments you can share from your martial arts journey?
Well, there's quite a few. I mean, I think what sticks in my mind, when I got my black belt, that was an experience. You know, that was fantastic. You work all them years and you get that black belt and then you get that tied around your waist and somebody bows to you and calls you sensei. You think that's the most amazing feeling in the world. And being in competitions as well. We did a bit of ground fighting, grappling competitions. That was a good buzz. Really enjoyed that. It opened my eyes to a lot of things then because I thought, well, this is what martial arts about, diversity. Yeah. Instead of just punching and kicking and what have you, it just opens your head up a little bit more for a bit of contentious achievement.
How do you adapt your teaching style for students of different skill levels?
I look for their strengths first. I don't look at their weakness, I look at their strengths. Yeah. And I put that to one side and I work on something else. I'm not saying to them directly, that's a weak part of you. It's just facing stuff in an approachable way. And that's how I look at it. I look at students, I look at their capabilities, and more often than not, I get to know the students beforehand when they come for the session. Yeah. I talk to them anyway. They come and have a chat with me, and I can sort of like sum somebody up quite quickly. But then what I tend to do is, it doesn't matter what level they are, I always start them off slowly, naturally. And then you've got some people that are a bit more experienced, they shine. You've got some people that are shy. They just need that encouragement, and they need that bit of a mollycoddling, you know, where you can actually bring them out a little bit, but you give that individual attention to them without encroaching too much on them. So you can actually say, right, come on, and encourage them a lot. And that makes a massive difference. And then when you sort of like do something and you do a technique or you do a powerful kick or something, these go, wow, you know, that can be you. And they go, and that mindset, then it triggers something off.
How do you incorporate the philosophy of martial arts into your everyday life?
Right, my wife will tell you this. I'm so orientated with Bushido and the Japanese culture. I got a diploma in Japanese language, went to night school. This is how much of empowerment I've got because I've just got so much thesis on it and passion for it. And I think what it is, that shines through as well. When you've got a passion for something, people could see that and that triggers something as well. But I try to be kind. I try to be benevolent. Humility. I'm a very humble person, extremely humble. Integrity as well, that goes a long way. And knowing how to behave around people and speak to people with respect as opposed to talking down to them. And there's loads of things that can actually be encompassed in it. But I try to be as open, honourable as possible. So if people ask me a question, I'm not going to lie to them and say, this is how it is. I look at things in a grateful way. That's where the humility comes in. I wake up every day and I'm grateful for what I've got. I'm grateful for what I've achieved, and I'm grateful for everything that's happening. I mean, yes, we all have bad things happen sometimes, but you still have to look at the result in that.
Can you speak some Japanese?
Konnichiwa. Hajime mashite.
Gosh.
Hajime mashite means pleased to meet you. Dozo yoroshiku onegaishimasu.
Oh, wow, this is impressive.
Oh, genki desu ka? The thing is, as well, because it becomes a bit rusty, as there's not many people that actually speak round Stoke. I had a private tutor as well. She was Japanese. She was fantastic. But then COVID happened, so I had to stop for a bit, which I want to rekindle again, because I just think the whole thing about it, I just got so much enthusiasm for it and love for it and adoration. I like the old culture of it. And then I was writing Japanese as well. Now, that's very difficult. You know, when you're doing you got hiragana, katakana, and kanji. So there's difference between each one, you see. So one prophetic and all that lot. So it's good. It's very interesting because, you know, you can describe things in so many different ways just for one thing. It's amazing.
You've really immersed yourself in the culture, haven't you?
Absolutely, 100%. I've embraced it, I suppose, because I want to be a samurai, I suppose. By the way they lived, their thesis on life and because people assume that a samurai is volatile and violent and aggressive. On the contrary, they weren't. They used to bathe before they went into battle. They used to make sure they smelled nice and they were pristine. They took their arm into consideration with respect, because it may be the last day on earth that they're here. And they only fought for honour. They didn't fight for aggression. So that's the difference, you see. And this is what I try and encourage all the students here, is never, ever dictate violence. Let it happen. Deal with it if you have to. But if you can walk away from it.
How important is physical fitness versus technique for excelling in martial arts?
Right, I'm going to be really honest with you. It makes no difference. You can be unfit and we get you fit. How I look at it, how I approach it, or I have people saying, oh, I'm overweight, or I'm asthmatic, or I've got this. I'm like, doesn't matter. Come along. Because I will accommodate to your needs, because at the end of the day, every person is different. Everybody's unique. Everybody's got fitness levels that are up and down, they're sporadic, aren't they? I mean, I'm not brilliant anyway. I mean, I've got COPD and asthma, but I know my capabilities. I've had people with arthritis, MS, all sorts of stuff. We teach autistic children, and it's all about their needs that come first. So if somebody was saying, I can't do 10 press-ups, I can only do 5, fine, but you're trying.
You'll do 6 next week.
Yeah, exactly. But if they were in competition, say if they were fighting in the ring, that's a different kettle of fish. Or if they were doing Brazilian jiu-jitsu, grappling or something like that, then yeah, fitness is a must. But you've got to think that if you're walking down the street and somebody accosts you, they're not going to be Jason Statham fitness level, are they? Attacking you, they could be average, normal Joe. Why should you have that athleticism sort of be able to defend yourself as a normal person?
Have you witnessed any life-changing transformations in your students?
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
I've got a young man, he's autistic, and since he's been coming to us, his confidence is exemplified. Yeah. He's so confident, and he holds his head up high, and
great.
He feels comfortable in his own surroundings now, and he's excelling as well. I've had people with mental health problems, they've come to me and they've actually got rid of the tablets, because this is something that gives them that endorphin rush, because it's something they look forward to and aspire to, because it's fun, it's fitness to a certain degree, but it's like an extended family. So they can come and just have fun and have a laugh and just train and go home again and think, that was amazing, I want to do it again next week.
How does teaching martial arts help you connect with your local community?
I think what it is because people actually look at you in a different light, you know. I mean, I'm the most approachable, amiable bloke you'll ever meet. It's like having a reputation when you're younger and stuff like that. But when you're in a community, I think kids especially, when they see you walking down the street, they go, say, and they get really excited. Then people talk about it. I think what it is as well, the sense of community is that they know that children are somewhere safe. We all know how volatile society is at the moment, and it's getting worse. And I think being in the heart of the community like that, I think people embrace that and encourage it a lot, because they know for a fact their children are going somewhere to learn something, not just martial arts skills for self-defence, but behavioural skills, life skills, where it's discipline. They're disciplining themselves. They're having discipline inflicted on them, not in a bad way, but not corporal punishment, but, where we sort of like pushing past that comfort zone. So they know about the expectations of life, what to expect later on when they're working or they've got a mortgage, they've got a family, when things sort of curtail and they throw themselves at you. I think with the community, I don't know about you, but when I see people walking down the street and they're nice and pleasant and they're smiling, especially younger teenagers, so that makes it feel a lot safer for other people. If you're walking down the street, there's a group of kids on the corner, there's 14, 15 teenagers there, and they look angry, I think it puts a lot of doubt in people's heads. But if you walk past them, here we go, that's what the community's about.
It can be quite intimidating. Like you say, especially now, kids hanging around in groups, and I'd say there's not really a lot of things for them to do. There's no youth clubs. Of course, you've got scouts, but martial arts has always been something I've been aware of for children to do after school. There's not much else, is there?
No, that's it, you see. This is why we offer taster sessions, so the children and parents and adults can have a go and sample at Budo Shin Ryu. So they can actually come along, see if it's for them. But we offer so much, you see. We offer not just one style, we're a multi-style. So it may, they may come along to a jiu-jitsu class, they don't like that, they want to do stand-up. We've got Japanese kickboxing, if they don't want to do that, we've got Kempo arts. Or we've just started a new class now, Little Titans, for 4 to 6-year-old mixed martial arts. I don't think there's many martial arts academies that actually have just one specific class or club for the tots. They have the same kind of category all the way through, like, it's kickboxing for tots, kickboxing for juniors, kickboxing for adults. But we've actually taken that because we're a multi-style martial arts academy. I'm training kickboxing, karate and jiu-jitsu, so we've actually had a lot of feedback off it. Parents actually enjoy it, the fact that these children come along, they're doing a bit of fun games, but they're learning something as well at the same time, without even thinking they're learning something. So the behaviour changes, and their attitude changes, they become a little bit more switched on. So when they're told no, they go, okay, I'll understand that. Or it's like, if you don't stop it, I'll tell Sensei Mark, okay, I'll stop. And I think it just gives them a sense of well-being, the fact that they can take their children to learn a martial arts, knowing the fact they're going to be introduced to something where they can pursue it if they want to when they're older, or when they're after the 6, they can go different classes. I think children, when you see them, they really, really buzz about martial arts. They absolutely buzz about it. They can do football, but you've got to be a dedicated footballer, or rugby, you've got to be a dedicated rugby player. But with martial arts, they think, it's me, I can't, I've got 2 left feet, come in here now. They can put it to use, you see.
Do kids 4 to 6 know about Karate Kid, the movie?
I don't think so, no, to be fair.
You need to change that.
I think they know about Cobra Kai.
Oh, of course, yeah, that's quite a recent one, isn't it?
Yeah, so, the first thing they say to me is, Sensei Mark, do you watch Cobra Kai? I say, yeah, I do, actually. It's one of my favourite programmes. It's cheesy, it's fun, it's just, you sit back and just kick back a little bit, and they say, yeah, I want to be like that. You know what I mean? I want to be like Johnny Lawrence or something. Yeah, and one of them, a couple of kids the other day said, oh, you remind me of Sensei Kreese. I'm like, I'm not that bad, am I? They're, no, it's just because you're a sensei. This is where the mindset goes. They aspire to something. So if they're seeing something like that, they want to do a jumping front kick, or they want to do a power roundhouse, or they want to do a certain throw, or they want to grapple on the floor. It's ideal, really.
I'm really disappointed there's no 4 to 6-year-olds coming in saying wax on, wax off.
They probably will one day,
It does come around, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Well, that's it, you see, because you've got to think that their parents are the same age, so they probably watched it, and they're probably saying, if you like Cobra Kai, watch this. This is what I grew up with. And you never know. I do anticipate that moment.
Well, let me know when that happens.
Yeah, I'll record it.
How would somebody interested in giving it a go make that first step?
Well, in martial arts in general?
With yourself.
And with myself, right. Okay. The first thing is just find a reputable school. Something you feel comfortable with. Something you know that you feel safe with. What I pride myself on in Budo Shin Ryu is we have a lot of clubs, but they're not overly packed. We have 15, 16 people in a class, which is not intimidating then, because the hardest part is walking through that door. So I'd say, if you want to come and see me, that's fine. I'm on WhatsApp or Facebook, Budo Shin Ryu Martial Arts Academy. Give me a call, look me up, and come for a taster session. Breach that a little bit, so at least you can actually go in and sample what it's about. Even if you came to me just for a sample to see what you wanted, but went somewhere else, at least you're on them stones to walk across that, really, to the other side of martial arts. So it's just about experimentation, finding what makes you tick, what you like, what you enjoy. And I always say that, when you go into a class, that speaks volumes. If you walk into a class and the atmosphere is buzzing and it's alive, that's the place to be. If you walk in somewhere and it's quite dull, it's quite disciplined, where people dare speak, that's a no-no. Also, don't walk in somewhere where they're giving grades out willy-nilly. You walk on, you put a gi on, there's your belt. No. You've got to have some little bit about you. But like I said, the main part is having a trial. Most places offer 2 free trials or 1 free trial. We offer a taster session. It's only a £5. If you don't want to go further, you only lose a £5.
What can you buy for a £5 these days?
Not a lot.
That's really good value.
Exactly. And then the beauty of it is, if they enrolled with us, that £5 comes off their first month's fees. So they get it back anyway.
I can't argue with that.
So we teach Japanese kickboxing, Kempo Jiu-Jitsu, Kempo combatives, which is like a close quarter combatives, and that's all stems from the Kempo side of Kempo Jiu-Jitsu that we teach. So it's open hand striking, kicking, blocking, locks, a bit of pressure point striking and stuff like that. And the children, they learn Jiu-Jitsu and kickboxing. So we've had no complaints yet. Going to get people that leave, but people want to go on to other things. It's called growing up, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'll never grow up.
It's overrated.
Yeah, it is. Don't like being an adult.
So where is it that you teach your classes? You previously mentioned Stoke, but we're in Crewe and Nantwich at the moment, so you have classes in and around here too?
Yes, I teach Kempo Jiu-Jitsu to juniors, the children at Huff in Crewe on a Monday. We teach adults Kempo Jiu-Jitsu on a Tuesday in Huff as well. We teach in All Sage on Wednesday. We teach Jiu-Jitsu and Kempo combatives there on a Wednesday. Thursday, we're at Nantwich. We're at Blake and all actually teaching an adults only kickboxing, Japanese kickboxing class. And we also teach at Harrisey Head in Stoke. So I teach at Stoke and then I drive over to Nantwich, do back-to-back. And then Fridays, we've got the Little Titans mixed martial arts at Road Heath in Stoke and the Japanese kickboxing class for the family.
Fantastic.
Very busy.
Busy, absolutely. So what's the best way that people can contact you to book one or all of those classes? Through social media?
Yes, they can find me on Facebook, Budo Shin Ryu Martial Arts Academy, or they can find me, Mark Governor Watson, long story, or you can contact me on WhatsApp, 07963 552 107, and I'll get back to you straight away, and then I'll answer any questions you may have.
When does the charity event take place?
The charity event takes place in October. It's October the 11th this year, and it's based in Tunstall at the Floral Hall. Now, we do actually put stuff on Facebook as well. If anybody wants to make donations, it's called the SCMA, which is the Staffordshire and Cheshire Martial Arts charity event. Every year, we get everybody from all over the country. We have loads of reputable instructors. We have loads of people coming training. We raise money for dogs. We've raised a lot of money for Dogs Trust and Dogs for Rescue and Paw Prints to Freedom at Nantwich. We've raised some money for them. I think we've raised about £7,500 so far. We celebrate our 5th year this year, and we're hoping to take it to £10,000.
Wow.
I'm a massive dog lover, huge dog lover, and I think sometimes that they take the back seat on stuff, and I think people should actually act a bit more, helping them, because dogs are amazing. They're full of character, they're full of love, and you only have to look in a dog's eyes to know that the bond that you've got is unconditionally, you know what I mean? We also do dog runs where we actually collect bedding, food, leads, all sorts of stuff like that. We take them to the dogs' homes every year, try and do as much as we can, but I always feel it's still never enough. I'd like to do more, but sometimes, it's out of your hands, isn't it? We also hold seminars in Nantwich and Stoke. We've got a big tournament as well in June, a toe-to-toe and grappling one with Kata as well. So that's going to be good, because my friend who organises other events in Nottingham, he's on board with me, and we just have tournaments. And that's something that I always recommend. Try a tournament. What a buzz. It hurts a bit, but who cares? Pain is temporary.
Absolutely. The experience lasts forever.
Absolutely. And so the memories, when you sit there and you can say, well, yeah, I did a bit of competition, it's great fun. We got invited last year to do a demonstration. So I brought some children down and some adults down. We did a demonstration. It went down amazing. It was brilliant. That was a buzz. The kids loved it. Absolutely. Look, they were showing off, and but not to a degree where it was like becoming arrogant, but the confidence, it was like, that was amazing, that was. And they just had a really good day because they could go around and do whatever they wanted to do during the day and then come back and do a bit more of a demonstration. That's good confidence boost, that is. When you do martial arts, you get invited to a massive event like that and you can do stuff as a child in front of all these people and they're clapping and they're like, wow, that was amazing. You can imagine how much they felt.
Oh yeah, it's huge for them, isn't it?
They were all our top in the world, they were. I'll be honest with you, I mean, I've got some great people. The kids, I love the kids, brilliant. I like all my students, naturally I do, but the kids are just something else because I just see something in it. And sometimes I take some children as well where they just need that chance. It makes a massive difference. And that to me exemplifies my smugness, I suppose, because I feel really good the fact that self-satisfied because they've done something and I think I've had part of that.
And so you should. You should be very proud of everything you've done. What they've achieved is because of you.
100%. But I'm also very grateful for it.
Thank you so much for your time, Mark. It's been fascinating. I'll make sure that all the links are in the podcast description. And if anyone's got any questions, they can reach out to you directly.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Lovely talking to you.
Thank you.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please follow our Facebook page, This Place, Our Voices, where we share updates, highlights, and more ways to connect with our community. And don't forget to follow This Place, Our Voices on your favorite podcast platform and leave a review. It really helps others to find us. Be sure to join us again to hear another voice from our community. Together, let's keep exploring, celebrating, and shaping the heart of our community.